And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run on first down. Crowder. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 2-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Yellow. Check. Fresno. Hey, 43. Bang, bang. Check.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Check 3. Yellow.
From his end zone, Mahomes on 3rd and long. He's going to float this over the middle. He's got a man complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 49 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Crowder. Oh, what a juke into space. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jamison Crowder. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, Callahan. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Jackson, and that's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
7 yards to go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. In a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic, this is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in a 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Hey, 57, 57. Go, go, go. Yellow. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Mahomes now to throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. They'll get 4 out of that, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Now Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone. They
stay on the ground on 1st for Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Henry running right. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
At the 14-yard line.
They'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
Here I come again. 43. 43.
Derrick Henry. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Derrick Henry, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Steps away to his left. He's going deep for Brown, and he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play, because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Watch the eye. Sunday.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. It was Kendall Donnerson who made the stop on the defensive side.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, Ripley. He's coming. We got double up. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
On second down, here's Henry. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Hey, 43.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. They find some open field here. That good for 19 and a first down. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3-and-out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Hey, watch this. 15. Big gas. Watch twist.
Here's Johnson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Baby, get him, boy. Yellow. Oh, you got J 43. Watch tight end's right. Wow. Ooh. Check. Mike 36. Come on. Hey, 43, 15. You better be ready. I don't need to. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
You looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
Watch 36.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Mahomes picked by his ex-teammate Marcus Peters. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. 1st down, and it's Hill again. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line.
59. Switch up.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 41-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Chiefs' 41-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Got him in. It's Brown. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 50. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. Man out.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement, so now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, 50, Mike's 50. I got you, boy. No. Hey, Sunday. Yellow. Check.
Looking to throw is Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Mahomes picked by his ex-teammate Marcus Peters. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. He was looking for Watkins that time. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Again, it's Hill. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. Johnson. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But if the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Easy. Rush in.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
It's 4th down.
Yeah, baby! Woo!
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jackson. Flush to his right. He'll get this complete to Batson. That throw good for 4. It's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Again, Jackson escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. A gain of 3, second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
24 is the mic.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. They complete it to Hill. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Jackson, operating from the gun. Flushed out right. This will be caught by Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And it's second down.
At the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Go to base. They got tight left, tight left. Hey. 4 down. Yeah, Jim. Hold. 24.
Throwing again. Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 13-yard line.
Gain of 10. First down, Ravens.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a first and 10 at the 13-yard line.
14. Ravens, nothing.
Go. Henry. Let's go. Defense. Man up, deep. Man up, deep.
Johnson will throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go again.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, this is my theme of Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Check. Check 99. Check 99. Check 9. Shoot.
Now a give, right side. Croder. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Ravens' 41-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, again. Check. Hey, yo, go. Bang.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Yellow. Let's go, Lou, lady. Ricky. I got him back. 15. Go.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And Robinson with a big catch. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Pick it up, G. Shoot. 57. Slam. Check 31.
They'll run it with Johnson. Room here to run. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson, and he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Darren Lee able to get him for a loss of about 3. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Play action. It's Jackson. Got an open man. It's Scott. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Cameron Batson, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are back within a single score. So they fought half the battle here, but they're still down.
Plenty of work still left for them, but they delivered on the first step in their comeback attempt.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They're going to try and run. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. This will be taken in at the 1. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's Henry. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check 15. Check the rip left. Safe.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll try the left side. Crowder, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
They'll keep it on the ground. Crowder, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
You don't want no problems with me.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Being chased out left. He'll run it, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Tight down. There you go.
Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Chris Jones in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. On the crossing route, complete. That's Shelton. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. First things first here, they got to pick up the 1st down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Ravens.
On the ready.
the red zone now. Here's Jackson on first down. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a two-point conversion. Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this two-point conversion. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the two-point conversion to tie the ball game. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, I don't think it takes much to crawl into their mind, right, why they went for two there, even though they weren't successful. With this type of a lead, what they're worried about, right, and less than 10 seconds on the clock, what they're worried about is just giving up the touchdown.
Yeah, on the kickoff return.
Yeah, so you go for it here to try and ensure yourself. Now they've got to make sure they cover it, otherwise they could actually lose.
So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And the Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
What we got?
They'll run on first down. Crowder. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Kansas City, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the